Welcome to the 2020 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Yeast Experiment. Brought to you by our proud sponsors. Imperial Yeast, a half stainless steel mash panel sponsor of the Brewtubers Online Brewers Club, an official yeast provider of the Yeast Experiment. Imperial Yeast offers brewers of all sizes access to world-class yeast and the best possible customer and technical support. Be sure to grab a pack or two now at your local homebrew shop or Woody's Homebrew. And lastly, Hopsteiner, the official hops provider of the 2020 Yeast Experiment. Get brewing.
Andrew here with Running on Beer with another yeast evaluation. This one is Tap Out Brewing's from Naples, Florida. This is the Cloudy Skies Smooth Seas IPA, which used the maniacal juggernaut yeast. I looked on the internet. I didn't find a lot about this other than and they have some things listed. I actually had to use a cached Google page. It may have been taken down. But it talks about they started out with 22 kveick cultures, and it doesn't say how many it ended up with, but it says it should be ideal for any IPAs and IPAs. So let's get this poured here. So as far as any IPA, it actually is, it's hard to tell, of course, because of lighting, but it is it's got a haziness, just like all the rest of them. A lot of, I get some pineapple, a lot of mango, a little bit of melon in there too. It's almost like a tropical fruit salad in the aroma. It's really quite nice. So the sort of white to off-white rocky head, or not rocky, fine head that we've had on a lot of the other beers, the same copper color. So let's give it a taste. It's got a little bit of dryness to it, not overwhelmingly. It's quite good actually. Get a lot of pineapple in the flavor, a little bit of mango, a little bit of melon maybe, but actually quite a bit of the pineapple in the flavor. So it doesn't totally match the aroma, which is fine. It is quite a nice beer. Yeah, not a lot of residual sweetness. There's just a little, which I think really puts it, right where it should be for an IPA. The yeast has left us just that little bit so that it's not just, hop water. It's got some flavor to it from the malt, but it's really subdued, like an IPA should be. So really quite a nice beer. A lot of fruits. Definitely, I agree with the description. It's definitely a great one for New England IPAs and even IPAs in general if you like the more fruity, less piney ones. So really nice. Cheers. Hello, Andrew with Running on Beer with another yeast evaluation for the Brewtubers Yeast Experiment. This is Woodshed Brewing's. He used the bootleg Biology blend, bootleg biology Biology blend, which according to the internet, which is actually Bootleg's website, it is a blend of saccromyces cultures. I don't know if it was meant to be a kveick. I'm guessing no, because the fermentation temperature is recommended 50 to 68. Dennis says he had it at 64 degrees for 7 days, so right in the expectation. So let's take a look at this one. So deeper copper color than some of the other by just a little bit. Not that much deeper. Off-white head. Got some orange, another tropical fruit in there in the aroma. Maybe some mango, or could even be some papaya in there. It's hard to tell, not because of the beer, but because of me. So initially, got a lot of orange, some other tropical fruits in there. Then there's just a little bit of kind of the orange pith, orange peel kind of flavor. Just that kind of slightly herbal, not quite to piney, but you definitely get sort of a different flavor there on the back. It's got a nice bitterness. It's a clean bitterness. There's not really any flavor to the bitterness, but it is there, just like an IPA should have. Yeah, it's actually really nice. Like I said, a clean bitterness, lots of fruit, little bit of pininess. So it kind of goes towards some of the earlier videos that I had with Chico and Denny's Favorite, where it was really piney. This is closer to that, but it's not so far away from some of the more citrusy yeast that we've had. It's got still some nice fruity flavors to it. Not overbearing. Definitely a clean fermentation, clean flavor here. No off flavors at all or anything. Nice light body. Not too light, not overly light, but light like an IPA should have. Definitely a nice mouthfeel. So yeah, quite nice. Cheers. All right, so this is kind of a first. I tasted Dennis's beer and turned around, went back to work for a little while. If you can see the computer in the background, that's my work computer. And I kind of sandwiched in the review with the process running on my computer. I turned around and came back and took another sip of this beer that was, I don't know, it's only been 10 minutes. But I got a little bit of a cherry flavor out of it, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a little bit of the like a cherry flavor. I've had it from malt a few times, but it's really interesting and totally unexpected. So, just a little addendum. So, cheers. Andrew here with Running on Beer with another yeast evaluation. This is Maniacal's Berserker yeast. I looked on the internet for information about it, couldn't find anything, but it was fermented at 90 degrees, so I'm guessing it's a blend of kveick yeast. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let's get this opened. So, copper color, kind of a darker copper color with an off-white head. It is opaque. I mean, it's not the lighting this time. I can't see through it. So aromas, it's tropical. I get a little bit of peach in the aroma. A little bit of orange too. Maybe a little bit of I'm trying to decide if there's another smell there. Definitely a very fruity aroma, very pleasant aroma. A lot of orange in the flavor. Plenty of orange, actually. Maybe a little bit of peach in there, or it may just be the aroma fooling me a little bit. It's kind of an interesting one. but it's not the first time I've had peach out of a kveick beer. Yeah, there's almost a little bit of lemon in there too. Definitely some orange, a little bit of lemon. I think the peach is kind of starting to go away a little bit. I had this out for about 10 minutes to let it warm up a little bit from my Arctic Keyser. So yeah, very orange, very little bit of lemon, a little bit of peach, a little bit of peach still in the aroma. So very nice, very well brewed. Seems like it's a little less bitter than the other ones in this group that I've evaluated over the past few days. These are weeknights, so I'm not spending a whole lot of time evaluating beers. It seems like it's just a little bit less bitter and similar mouthfeel as to the others. So really kind of nice. This one's perfectly carbonated. Good lacing on it. So overall, very nice beer. I wouldn't say it's a perfect example of a West Coast IPA, but it is a very good IPA. Definitely one I'd drink a bit more of. And of course, I'm going to drink a bit more of this. Cheers. Andrew here with Running on Beer with the last of the yeast evaluations for the Brewtubers yeast experiment. This one is Peter over at Cooper Brew or Putnam Brew and Barbecue. He used A24 dry hop, which according to Imperial's website is a mixture of A20 citrus, which I used, and the A04 Barbarian strain, which is the Alchemist strain. So it's actually pretty clear. Same copper color as a lot of the others. It's not like crystal clear. It's not lager clear, but it's quite clear. Decent, fine to rocky off-white head. Let's see, this was brewed, it was kegged on February 16th, so it's had some time to settle out a little bit. I don't know when he shipped it. He doesn't have a bottling note or a bottling date on there, but yeah. Lots of orange. Plenty of orange. Maybe just a tinge of banana, maybe. My nose could be playing tricks on me because I'm kind of expecting that because I got a lot of that out of the yeast I used. Although, to be fair, I tried mine off the keg, not from the bottle. I did set one aside. Yeah, mostly orange. Just a tinge of pine in there too. Plenty of orange in the flavor. A little bit more than a tinge of pine in there. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit so it's there. This one actually tastes a little bit crisper and drier than some of the other ones, particularly compared to mine. I mean, mine's far less dry and definitely not nearly as crisp as this. Still a nice light body. And it's got a little bit more bitterness than mine does. So I've got my laptop right over there, and I mean I can see the laptop screen through it. So it does have a little bit of clarity. It's if you've ever had heady topper and poured it into a glass, I know they say drink from the can, but if you've ever poured one in the glass, you'll notice it's not like the juicy opaque. I mean, it's actually very, very close to this, where there is some haziness to it, but it's not an opaque haziness. It looks like Sunny Delight. It's more of a hazy, that there's definitely a lot of hop material in there, definitely a lot of hop boils, but not like keg dry hop. Yeah, it definitely has a nice mouthfeel. Getting a little bit more banana coming out now, in the later taste. So, and again, I'll diverge it. My mind could be playing some tricks on me, but I'm pretty sure it's there. But just a little bit of lemon too. Definitely there. Lots of orange though. Lots of citrus fruits. Definitely a good one. At some point we've got to score all these, and this one will definitely be high up on my list just because I actually do like the mouthfeel and the flavor of this beer. So, cheers.